So let's talk a little history again, guys. Back in Rome, there was an emperor called Nero, and he was really bad. I don't know if I would consider him the worst in my opinion. I think that goes to Caligula, but he wasn't great. Now, he had a mother whose name was Agrippina the Younger. She had been exiled under the previous emperor, and all sorts of things that happened to her. She had also had a bunch of people killed. She actually had one man killed. Well, he had to commit suicide because she wanted his garden. So she was not a great person. But Nero wasn't a great person either. I think it's just known. I mean, they say Nero fiddled while Rome burned. Probably not true, but he also had a lot of terrible things that he did. But they had a falling out, and Agrippina was exiled. She was thrown out of the palace, and she was sent exiled. But then later on, she was killed, and it was deemed to be suicide. But then later on, we found out that Nero had her killed because she knew something that would bring his whole emperorship down. Now, we kind of see the same thing happening right now with Trump and Epstein, if you really think about it. Epstein, he was sent to jail. He did some terrible things, some absolutely terrible things, terrible human. But he probably had some blackmail on Trump. And so now the DOJ is putting out footage saying, oh, he committed suicide, but the footage is corrupted. We're missing about 3 minutes. So does that mean that this government had him killed to cover up what their emperor in 2019, Trump, did? That's why it's a big issue and a huge corruption issue.